I started mentoring when I was a graduate student at University of Nevada, Las Vegas. And since then, I fell in love with teaching somebody else how to do something that I found very interesting or very complicated. And what I learned is that the more I taught, the more I learned. So one of the goals I have as a mentor is to teach my students to become skeptical, so that as they go out into the real world and become graduate students, or go off and become doctors, or go off and decide that maybe science wasn't exactly what they wanted to do with the rest of their life, that they know how to find information, they know how to look up information, and they know how to make those choices that are applicable for their lives. The most important characteristic of a good mentor is patience. Because if you become frustrated, then you have much more of a difficult time explaining those things to a student. I lead by allowing students to do a lot of the troubleshooting on their own. I want them to be self-sufficient and to learn how to be independent and to think when I'm not there. So I give them the tools of how to look things up, how to find the documentation that they need. It's very important for me to have that patience, to say, it's gonna take a while. It's gonna take them a few months to work this out. I'm getting updates and I know what's going on, and I'm giving some little guidance, but I'm letting them kind of work through the process. And I value their input or their interpretation of papers and data and things like that as much as I would take another faculty member's. Just being around students that have the questions, they're constantly coming up with critical analysis of what they're doing, is constantly stimulating me. I am constantly thinking, oh, what could we do better? What could we do next? And how could we go into the next, phase of this project? Where can I take this student? Where are we gonna go? I start thinking about conferences and how they're gonna present their research, and it really has set in me a desire to be here. I want to come to work every day. I love to see them at work. Sometimes I walk by and just look through the window and I see them in here working, and it just makes me happy because I know that they're doing it because they want to be. I'm not making them be in this lab. They want to be here and they want to continue their research.